Hi, Joy.
Hey, how's it
It's good. Third time's a try. Or third time's a charm, right? Third time's a try. Third time's a charm.
going? The
on this
charm
333 on the
glitches on
333 portal, we're glitching. Yeah, that this is the third recording of the day so far, so hopefully we can get this one to work.
Yes, guys, quickly, welcome to another episode of Flipping the Script. We were just kind of going way out there, but real quick, I forgot. You know what? No wonder. Let me light my sage really fast. Hold on. So we'll just kind of take a moment to breathe and take a deep breath on this portal day, and let's light some sage real quick. Yeah, let's do that. Woo! I'm just feeling such energy. I feel it in my heart chakra area. It's very intense energy today.
I've got a lot of rose quartz. I'm in my hot tub right now, and I've got the whole outside lined with rose quartz. So I've got the heart activation stuff going on. It's we've got tornado warnings, but I've got my umbrella up and I'm enjoying. And there's no rain at the moment, so but if the wind kicks up, I might have to jump off just in case. But I'll you know. It's pretty calm here actually for having a tornado warning, but I we have a lot of control over our reality. So, I'm just manifesting calm and quiet and peace right now. So I'm anticipating that. So if the wind kicks up, then maybe we got some change coming in. Oh, and now that I say that, the wind is kicking up a little bit, but not too bad. So
Good. Yeah, I have a blue candle burning, so we've been working on the throat chakra clearing. I also have patchouli burning, and I have sage burning now. So we're just going to bring ourselves from our, back into our body, and here we go. So before I got on here, I was listening to a hypnosis session, and it really hit home. It's Allison Coe's hypnosis session. It's a DNA activations. I'll put the link in the description if anyone's interested.
Definitely, because I'll when we get off our call here, then I will definitely take a listen to that. I was listening to some 333 portal activations, DNA upgrades, envisioning new Earth. I went through a multitude of different meditations this morning, so I can't remember all the names of everyone that I chose, but with this 333 or 3323 portal. We've got a lot of energy happening today. There's global meditations going on for the manifestation of New Earth, 5D, Ascension. A lot of these groups and people on Facebook and everywhere out there, not just Facebook, but that's mainly where I'm on. They're all focusing on manifesting, the world that we want to see, the world that we want to live in, and so that is my main focus today. And so I think that's why we're doing a special recording today, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we want to activate the grid lines, and some of us, haven't really been taught how to do that, and so we kind of want to know how to do that, Becky. Mm-hmm. That's important to learn on a portal day.
Well, if you're familiar with Reiki, we work with energy. We have chakra systems, all of that. They're all just energy portals. There's more than just the 7 or 12 or whatever. There's hundreds of them all over your body that activate, and you have chakras in your hands. I use those, and what I usually do when I'm connecting and bringing down the energy and anchoring it in to the earth is I'll usually sit in the sun, sit outside, connect with the ground, and connect with the sky or the sun. Right now it's cloudy, so I don't have that visual connection, but I still know that the sun is out there, and so my energy is coming, to my third eye from the sun, and I'm bringing it in and I'm anchoring it into myself and then channeling it down into the earth. And so you can do this with your hands, with your feet, with your heart, any energy portal, any energy center in you that feels like it's activated and wants to move that energy, to get that energy flowing. But for me, it's been a learning process. Nobody really taught me how to do any of this. I just found myself doing it. I would find myself at these sites and called to go to different places where healing was needed. I get lost when I'm driving a lot of the time, and my husband always makes fun of me because he's like, "Why don't you put the GPS on?" It's like, I'm guided by spirit. Spirit's driving this thing, and wherever I need to go, that's where I'm going. And so I get quote unquote lost a lot of the times, but I'm never lost. It's that I'm meant to bring my energy to that area, my local area, and then sometimes I go a little further out, travel a couple of states away. And then I can also, activate him and activate crystals. And he brought them with him when he went to Utah, and then left them in the ground. And then I can connect with those crystals, um, through visuals, through my own energy, connect with those crystals and activate that area through there. Um, one of the one of my probably my favorite activations that I did was working with the Georgia Guidestones. I went there in the I think it was, I want to say, the equinox of in September of 2021. I think it was 21. Yeah, and then it was 9 months later that it was the fall equinox, and then 9 months later it went down. Now I'm not saying that I directly had anything to do with it, but I was called to go there to lay down the groundwork, to put crystals in the ground, to clear the area energetically, to do a lot of healing and energy work. And I don't know why I was called to go there. A lot of people were warning me, don't go there, this or that, my family, and I went alone. I went with my dog. She's my little partner, and my little light working partner, my little unicorn in dog's clothing. And she went with me, and so we went. We circled the guide stones over and over and over. I put Lemurian seed crystal, rose quartz, shungite, whole bunch of crystals in the ground, and then had a little sacred ceremony. And some people came over, and the little girl came over. I gave her some rose quartz. But I just kind of had my own little private ceremony. And so you just kind of go with your intuition. And the weird thing, when I was driving there, I felt this like huge impulse, this like thought, this dark feeling of don't come here. Like whatever energy was going on there, they didn't want me there to heal. Whoever was in charge of that before I got there, they definitely did not want me there. But I went anyway. My guides, they told me to go, and so I listened. And I had no idea that they were going to come down. I had no idea why I was going there. I had no idea what the work was for. And I think that's, I learn in hindsight. A lot of what I do is seeing the changes in the earth in hindsight, seeing the changes around me in hindsight. Seeing the energy work, but then seeing an activation happen later on. And so it's funny now because, now that I'm more confident with it, it happens quicker. You know what I mean? There's not that 9 month interval between going in there and then seeing some kind of activation. When I sent my husband to Utah with the crystals, immediately there was a snowstorm, and then there was a whole bunch of lightning strikes. Now, given there was also a lot of energy workers who were also working on that area as well, so I'm not by myself in this. I can't claim to be, the one who's doing it all. You know what I mean? We're all working together. And it's like, collectively, all of our energy focused on these areas. And I think our guides are kind of pointing us all to these different sites in these different areas. And so just follow your gut, follow your guides, listen to that little thing in your stomach that says, I need to go do this. I don't understand why. Don't ask why. Just go there. And sometimes you don't even have to do anything. Just physically being in that location is enough to activate the grids.
Yep.
um our presence, our energy, when we're ascending, when we're in a higher vibration, just our physical being can bring up the energy in that area. And so, whether what I did at the Guidestones had anything to do with them coming down, I don't know. But I know that I was called to go there, and I know that there was a clearing that was done.
Yep.
And it's funny because I was on a podcast. I was talking on Telegram to Rick Jewers and like a bunch of different people on my way home. They couldn't understand what I was saying, and I was telling them, and then we got glitched and it disconnected, and they couldn't understand what I was saying. But and then I was like, "That's your ego. Like stop going around like, oh, I did this. Like look at me. Because my ego wants to be like, oh, I'm so important. And it's like it has nothing to do with that. It's like we're all working together on this. It has nothing to do with I want recognition. I don't. In fact, I kind of want to go under the radar with it because there are entities out there who don't want us doing what we're doing.
Well, that's why we always need to make sure that we're putting up protection. But yeah, honestly, and for those of us, that's the importance of following your inner guidance and being in touch with your inner self, because once you're in touch with your inner self, it pulls you in different directions, and that is your guidance. That's literally your guides or your intuition or your higher self or God even pulling you in that direction that hey, maybe you need to go here. And just like when we just by listening and doing what we like to do, doing what we're excited to do and listening to that is, and it's so funny because it's literally us just being authentic, living in our authentic self. This is why it's so important to be your authentic self and not be on autopilot. Do things that you like to do. Don't do what other people are doing, don't dim to fit in, also. And so when you're pulled, you'll be pulled to, like, for instance, for myself, I got, when we went camping, we went up to Big Bear, went camping. And then we have gone in different places, like when I was in South Dakota, we used to go around all of the hills. And of course, we know the tragedy of South Dakota. We got Wounded Knee, we have Custer, we had a lot. I'm just going to say a lot. Just look into South Dakota and the Lakota and what's happened out there on Pine Ridge and everything. Tragic. Okay. So anyways, a lot of us go out there as traveling visitors, and we're clearing while we're out there. We don't even know we're doing double duty.
Yeah.
While we're existing, we're literally clearing. We're activating the grid lines. I've also been to Devil's Tower. So I've been to Devil's Tower.
And I would love to go there.
That's awesome.
Love to go there. I mean,
Yep.
we want to. I don't want to get us banned off of Facebook or anything, but talk about ancient trees. Let's just go there.
I know. Just leave that there. So that was
there. I know. I already got a little warning when I said something about ancient trees on Facebook before, so we're not going to.
Trees are
going to connect those, but yeah.
That was another episode of Allison Coe. She actually had on a side note, she had a client touch and get in touch with the Tree Collective. But anyways, so that's another.
I want to touch on what you were just saying about going to different sites. I recently just went to the Kennesaw battlefield where they had the Confederate, the Civil War, the Confederates and the Union soldiers. I mean, hundreds of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people died. I mean, it's insane when you read the number of thousands of people that on these plaques. And I'm not just talking about at the big battlefield. There's all these little battlefields driving up to them. So you stop at them and you read there's 100,000 people died in this little church parking lot. And it's crazy to imagine how much trauma this land has endured. And so our energy being there brings that up. And then the most important part, and so I want to get into with crystals and apparitions. So people will see, at battlefields and stuff, they'll see apparitions, they'll see people in the war, they'll see soldiers, all these things. And my belief is that the crystals hold the memories. And so you're watching a replay from the crystal, kind of replaying it for the people that are in tune with crystals and can pick up on those energies. And so psychics and things like that will go to these locations, and what they're actually doing is connecting with the crystals that are in the ground that have picked up on that trauma. And so when we go there, it's kind of like we're rewiring those crystals, and that has a lot to do with the crystalline grid. And so we are crystalline, you know, as we're ascending, we're becoming more light body, more crystalline. And so we are connecting with the crystalline grid and helping to reset it, because a lot of that trauma is still embedded in those crystals. And so it's kind of like we're the selenite that comes along and needs to clear a lot of that trauma, that needs to clear and heal a lot of that past. So that's a lot of what clearing the grid lines is, clearing that dark energy, that dense history in the past, not to forget what happened, but to heal what happened, to remember and honor it. And say, you know, I when I go to like battlefields and things like that, you know, it's to honor the people that have laid down their lives for what they believed in, or, you know, being forced to do so. But to honor them, honor their spirits, honor their sacrifice, and to raise them up as well, because a lot of them can be stuck in that dense energy, and those spirits and things can be trapped. And so us going to these places can also help to heal those souls that are maybe stuck in a, and not know, you know, stuck in the trauma and don't know how to get out.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it is, and it's so important, you know. And I did want to start or go back a little bit and rewind, because sometimes those of us are in a position where we're not able to travel. Maybe we don't have money, or maybe we have to work all the time. So I want to bring in visualization and the importance of visualizing, because the first thing you want to do when you're anchoring in these grid lines. So I'm going to go strictly on intuition. So please correct me if I'm wrong, or add to it, for that matter.
Oh, I know. I'm like jumping. I'm like ready to add my bit already. I don't even know what
yeah. So yeah, visualizing. So I have my spot. I create my sacred space, and all the sacred spaces is a place where you're comfortable and you have time to sit in silence, or it's quiet, and you're peaceful.
Protection around you as well.
So put up protection.
Very, very important when we're doing this energy work, is to make sure that we're not getting attacked, or that we're not getting infiltrated, and then our work is being, you know, sent in the wrong direction. Sorry.
So if you don't, if you don't set intentions all the time, like I do, like we set intentions all the time. So it's like normal daily practice and habits for us now. It's literally just, I wake up and I do it automatically. It's just boom, I'm automatically doing it, because your body is a biological computer, and you can program it to remind it to do stuff. Anyways, so I light my candle, I get my incense going. Like on the beginning of this call, I lit my sage, put protection. I silently called in Archangel Michael and the archangels to put protection around us and the viewers, so that we're protected. And that for me is just normal practice. So please do so. Please do so. And then, so what I do is I will visualize, first of all, the protection around me, my archangels around me, my source light around me. I have my family around me. I have my ancestors around me. I'm literally like piled. But, you know, just these spirits and high vibrational beings are around me, and I can just envision that, me in the middle, like a candlelight, and I'm just surrounded, or like a bonfire, and I'm just in the middle. I am the bonfire, and I'm surrounded by just family and friends and loved ones and galactics that love me. They care for me. They want the best for me. They have my best intentions in mind. Okay. So that's where our focus is. And then we take it and we just visualize our feet. There's these roots coming out of our feet, and they're white light roots, and they're just going right into the center of the earth. And they're going into, I can't remember, it's Earth Star. Thank you, Earth Star. And you're anchoring into Earth Star, and then you send up your light up through your feet, through your legs, through your body, through your hands, through your head. It goes up straight out your crown, and it goes into your soul star. And then it grounds you to, and it also anchors you to source. Okay, so this is my visualization. I'm anchoring in from Earth Star to Soul Star, which is above my head, and out into source energy, just directly into source. And that's my visualization. So I'm anchored to the ground and to source, and then I'm looking at Earth, and I can just visualize. It doesn't have to be accurate, and we're not looking at, I don't know the numbers or anything like that. Like I mean, you can always go on Google Earth and find out the location. What is it? What
The longitude,
latitude,
latitude.
longitude. Yeah, thank you. And we can always do that too, to be very specific, because there are portals around the world. We can go in forever on that.
I mean,
But
anywhere
once
that you
we
feel
get
called to work on,
and
you can pull up the picture on Google, pull it up on whatever, and
are
visualize.
visualizing your mind, and it's your intention. So you're sending your energy after you're anchored, you're protected, you're anchored, and then you're like, okay, I'm going to send my energy to Paris, France, for instance. Let's just say there was a tragedy, which there was. So we could send our energy directly to Paris, France, and plug in there and clean it up. And we can do that to Ohio too, to Palestine, Ohio, where we have this tragedy. We can send our energy plugged in on the grid line and send it directly to Ohio, healing in the earth and the plants and the people and the animals, just by sending our intentions.
Yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
going to turn it over.
Yeah, that was what I was going to say. That's a very important point, is that we don't have to physically be there. That just visualizing with a picture or visualizing in your mind, it does exactly the same thing as you being there, because we're not, our souls don't have to be connected to our body energetically when we're doing this kind of work. So we just imagine in our mind, and then you go there. You just go there. And so that's a lot of what I do too, is I'll someone will say, this so and so's happening in this place, or this. I was talking to a friend who was telling me about Uluru in Australia, and so I did anchoring. But what I also do is I'll activate the 12D shield, and then imagine myself as this white light pillar that goes out 6 feet around me. So it's going up and down, coming from the top of my head, the crown, from the sun, because I personally identify with the sun as my source light. There's more than that. It's not just the sun, but that's one of the energies that I definitely work with. And so I'll take in that light, that source light, that white light, bring it down through my pillar. I become that. I am that light, and then anchoring that in to the earth. So it reminds me a lot of Reiki too. And then shamans work. What they do is they can pull things out, or they can add things in. And so what we're doing is we're pulling that dark energy out, combing it out, combing that dark dense energy out, and then putting in the white light, putting in our light, our healing life force energy to activate and heal. So I mean, it is really the same thing as giving Reiki to the earth, to all of these places. I mean, it is identical, as working on someone personally. And I think it when you work on the earth, it heals more than just one person when you're working on that one person, because it goes out collectively. We're all connected to the earth. We're all one. And so when we're doing this work, we're healing the collective at the same time. We're healing ourselves. And then so the same thing is, when we heal ourselves, it heals the earth, because it's kind of like the yin and yang, where it's symbiotic. It all works together. But it's interesting that you were talking about like a bonfire and that light and stuff, because before we got on this call, I was doing a meditation, and that was one of the things that they were talking about, was go down into the inner earth, into your inner earth cave, and imagine what your bonfire inside inner earth looks like. And mine was rainbow light, and it was like hot and cold. Like you could touch it. It was hot if you wanted it to be hot, cold if you wanted it to be cold. But that's my fire. It's a rainbow light, and that's kind of like the light body. I think they go hand in hand. It's just this source light, because white light is rainbow light. It's all through a prism. So I'm just activating rainbow light, whatever color calls to you, whatever color, whatever ray you need to work with, or you like working with, that's your ray, or that it can change. I'm constantly going between different things depending on what chakra I'm working on, or depending on what area of the earth, or what area of my body I'm working on, or which archangel, or which guide I'm working with, because there's different guides and different rays for everything. You could look look a million of them up. They've all got different colors.
Yeah, it's true. Archangel Michael's is blue, and it's blue. It's many shades of blue. There's multiple shades of blue for Archangel Michael. And it depends, because Archangel Michael is the loving angel, but he's also the warrior. So
Yeah, he's the protector of the divine family.
absolutely. So I know that when I first woke up, I was told I was a hybrid. I was told that I was indigo and Blu-ray. I don't understand all of it. I'm gonna be honest with you, but I trust that. I just do. And whatever your inner guidance says, just trust that. It's there for a reason. And I have been brought here because I'm really, really good working with throat, third eye, and crown chakra energy, and those are the rays that I work with. And so when I do a lot of energy work on people, I might activate that in them, because that's those are my rays. And so people sleeping around me, they don't really get to sleep very much. They don't really get to sleep because I activate them when I'm around them and stuff, and I make them think.
Funny, you just reminded me.
I'm not alone. I'm not alone.
You
It's me.
totally just reminded me of last night when I was sleeping, because before I went to bed, I asked Archangel Michael to use me while I was sleeping through the 3-3 portal to, if my energies were needed, to use my energies while I was asleep. And so I kept waking up coughing, and I kept getting the thought, you're purging all of this denseness from the earth. And then I'd go back to sleep, and then I'd wake up coughing again. And then I woke up, and like I had this really like sexual weird dream, and it was, and then I woke up with that feeling, and I was like, oh, I don't like that. And it was, because I don't normally have those kind of dreams. But it just, something came to me, and it was like, no, you're meant to heal this. You're meant to heal. That's why this is coming to you, is to heal it, to bring it to the light so that it can have healing. And as I'm speaking right now, there is a monarch butterfly just flying around, and it's, I don't know if it's a monarch, but it's a yellow one. And yellow butterflies for me are like a sign of God. And when they come out, this is the first one I've seen this year so far, and it's flying around. The sun just came out. Even though there's a tornado warning, I can see blue in the sky behind the clouds. And wow, that just shows you right there, our energy changes things.
It does. Our intentions are so important, to wake up and set intentions that you have, just to simply have the best intentions for humanity. Just say, I want the best for people. I want people to be happy. And just to have that intention changes the entire planet, like literally there's nobody on this planet that has your frequency signature. Every single person on this planet, I mean, yeah, we're similar in frequency, but there's nobody that has the same identical frequency or harmonic frequency that you have, that
And
you
that's why we're all so important. We're not equals. We're all unique. We're all equally important, but we're not equally the same. You know what I mean? Like, we're all different in our own ways.
to do different things, obviously.
Yeah,
And
we all have our own different gifts. No, we can't be put in boxes to classify us. We're all different. Every single human being, every single life form, every single rock, every single blade of grass, anything that has life in it. And I'm serious. Rocks, crystals, they are alive. They are the earth. If you think the earth is a dead thing, then I don't know why you've gotten this far on our podcast, because, you should have vibrated out by now.
Or this is your first one, welcome,
Yeah.
It's
just
like,
hang on, we got a lot of weird stuff to talk about, but it might
just yeah, we are. I mean, it is my intention to trigger an awakening or some kind of realization or perception change, at least to look at something a little differently than normal, because that's how things are changing. And if you're confused, that means that your spirit is trying to interrupt your mind's processing, and it's going to cause confusion, because your spirit wants you to be more heart-centered. That's where we're meant to be, heart-centered. We're not meant to be mentally centered. Our body is a computer. It can be programmed. It can be, it can be interfered with thought forms and different things. And so that's why it's important to protect the mind and the intentions. Yep.
Yeah, then it's more authentic. And that's one thing that I do with myself. When I have a fear-based thought, or if I have a worry thought, or I have a negative thought that comes at me, I bring my attention into my heart and I ask myself, is that truly coming from me? Or is this an implant? Is this something that my mother has put in my mind? Is this something that the news media has put in my mind? Is this something I heard on a commercial? Is this something I saw while I was driving? Is this something that my husband has said? Or is this something that I really in my heart truly believe? And you can ask yourself, and if it comes from a place of love and a place of unity, and harmony, and in your heart, when you get the answer, then you know what I mean. If you're operating out of fear, it's definitely not coming from
And
source.
you
It's
can
not
tell
coming
you're
from you.
operating out of fear because you're reacting to things. You don't pause. Like, look, if somebody triggers you, let's just say you read a post or somebody says something that triggers you. If you react immediately, you're on autopilot. I'm telling you, you're moving from your mind. You're not moving from your heart. If you're moving from your heart, you're going to look at it like, do I really want to respond to that? Or do I want to just, nah, let's do something else. And you literally shift a timeline when you do that. So just by moving from your mind to your heart, you're shifting timelines and you're making the world a better place. See, God can work in that space. You know, what am I trying to say? What are you guys trying to say? Let's see if I can put this into words. When you give yourself time between reacting, you give God time to work in there. So instead of, yelling, being triggered, blocking, and all of that, you don't need to do that. You can just decide not to respond. And that is taking your power back. That's what taking your power back looks like. It is that I'm not going to react to that. Someone cut me off. Oh, well, you must be in a hurry. Have a nice day.
Or send them light. If somebody
Send them light. Maybe they're in a rush to get to the hospital. Maybe they're in a rush to get to a bathroom. Who knows?
Maybe they're just been through a life full of trauma and they're
Yes.
and they need light in their life.
And they don't know they don't know how else to act because that's how everyone around them has always acted.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they're working out of fear. Hold on, my dog's run off. Honey, get over here. Honey, come. Sorry, my dog is running off. Come here. Come on.
No problem. They're important. I just saw 1, 2, 3, 4 too. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, you guys, just by following your highest excitement and what you really like to do and do those things, because when you do those things, you're in joy, you're in high vibration, you're happy. And that's where we need to be. Like, not that the dark doesn't matter. Of course it does. It's to be felt and integrated and honored. However, we want to transmute that and not perpetuate it. So someone's angry with you. Okay, be angry with me. All right, I'm wrong or whatever. I made a mistake. Okay. All right, let's move along now. Moving along. It doesn't need to be, I don't need to respond in a negative way. I don't need to respond at all. I could just say, okay, I was wrong. My apologies. I won't let it happen again and move along.
I'm not going to claim perfection because I still respond. Or I
No.
want to say I react instead of
my
responding. And then I learn a lesson.
Oh my God.
So sometimes it's still necessary to learn those lessons in that way. So, don't fault yourself if you're still meant to learn that lesson. You know what I mean? Like, we're not perfect, that's for sure.
I lose it. 33. Haha. Perfection. I'm sorry, you guys, but perfection is a trauma response.
Yeah. In truth, we all are perfect already. And that the idea of perfection is not correct. That we're already perfect the way that we are.
We're perfectly imperfect.
Is perfect. Yes,
perfectly imperfect.
Our faulted selves that are learning and healing and growing, that's perfect. And the matrix, the 3D world teaches us that you need to fix that, change that. No, we need to look at it and we need to see what needs healing, and what lessons we can learn from it, but not to judge and condemn ourselves over the mistakes that we made, because they're not mistakes.
Trying to be perfect is basically trying so that other people won't see a fault in you. Okay, so that people won't see a fault in you, and that's because there's something in you that you have not accepted in yourself. Okay, I don't know who needs to hear that, but I love you, and if you're seeing fault, it's because there's something in you that you have not accepted in yourself, and you need to turn around that love and give yourself that love and acceptance, because you deserve all the love and acceptance. There's no flaws. You are the way you are because of the way things have been, but it's your perception change that can make a difference in your life. And you don't have to hold on to that negative and perpetuate it and send it out, because you're going to do nothing but get it back. See, you don't want to do that. So if you feel your feelings and you accept that piece of you that you think is unacceptable because it was unacceptable to someone else, I'm here to tell you that it is acceptable. You're fucking perfect the way you are. I love you. The world is a better place with you here. You matter. You're valid. You are so important, and there's nothing fucking wrong with you. Okay? Listen,
There could
truly.
be something wrong with you, but you know what? We know how to fix, or you know how to fix it. That's the thing. You know, the things that are wrong with you aren't necessarily that you're bad or that
You're
you're
flawed.
flawed. It's that
You're
it's that there's
misguided.
something that's gone wrong and it just needs realigning. You know, we're constantly needing healing and realigning, coming back to whole, coming back to center. It's not that it's wrong, it's just that it's misaligned. So if you change your viewpoint on how you see yourself, as opposed to I'm wrong, I'm bad, I fucked up, I made a mistake. If you look at it like I made a misjudgment, I made a misalignment, um, that's a different and a better, more positive way of looking at it. Sorry, I'm trying to wrap up my umbrella because the wind's kicking up a little bit. And
No problem. You're fine.
um, but you know, it's not that we're needing to be perfect in everything that we do. And as I'm saying this, my dog's running off again. She's definitely not perfect.
Yeah, no.
Hi, come here,
So,
honey.
yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, are you ready to wrap it up, or did you need to add things?
Now I think we covered pretty much, you know, a good amount of stuff. We're at 37 into 73, heaven on earth. That's what we're working on today.
Yeah,
So
what was that one? Hold on, I thought I saw I know there's a meditation going on at noon Pacific. I'm trying to
that would be what, when noon Pacific would be, what, 3 my time or 4 my time?
I think 4 your time. Let me see. If it's 12, then 3 your time. Yeah. Yeah. 3
But
o'clock.
you don't have to listen to anybody's specific meditation to meditate. You know, you could just sit in the grass, pet a dog, pet a cat. You know, eat your favorite meal and enjoy it. Everything that we do, we can turn into a meditation. It does
Everything.
not have to be. I sit down and I'm completely silent. You can listen to your favorite song and be in complete meditation. Whatever brings you joy in that moment and you're just connected to that moment, that right there can be a meditation. And so if we take that feeling of joy and then set an intention to radiate that out to the entire earth, then that's really all that's necessary today and every day.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. If anyone wants to reach out to us, please do so. I'm going to put our contact info in the description box. Trying to see if there's anything else.
Yeah, make sure you put the link to that video that you were watching earlier, the QHHC.
It's already there because I knew I was going to talk about it. I was like, I'm putting that in the description because I knew.
The winds are definitely kicking up. My wind spinner just flew off the thing, so it's time. The wind is changing. It's time to get in and meditate a little bit some more. And I've got a John Lennon radio on to help me.
Enjoy the 3-3 portal, guys, and we'll see you next time.
All right. Love you, everybody. Have a great day. Bye, Joy.
Bye.